So, hello everyone. I'm Annalise from Annalise Way Clinical Hypnotherapy, and I'm here today to have a chat with a wonderful human, Rick, who is over in beautiful Queenstown, New Zealand. And he's here today to share a little bit about his journey with hypnotherapy and working with me. So, hey Rick, how are you?
I'm good, Annalise. I'm very good. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's always so great to see you. So we'll just dive straight in. What made you decide to work with me and explore hypnotherapy?
Mm. Well, for me, it was out of pure curiosity. Through a mutual friend of ours, she gave a shining review of the amount of work that you've put into your studies and into your business. And that intrigued me because with hypnotherapy, it's something that I didn't have much information on at all. The only the only exposure from hypnotherapy is watching videos online of people doing sort of ridiculous things with hypnotherapy. So to have the opportunity come up and to have those extra tools definitely caught my curiosity. And so that's when I got a hold of you and started the journey together.
And so, what was happening in your life at the time that you decided to work with me, and what was the focus of our sessions together?
Well, there was a few things. There was two things that I really wanted to work on personally. One was to do with my marijuana addiction that was really a coping mechanism for the limiting beliefs and the trauma that I unconsciously held. And the other was stepping into my power. And they were both closely linked with one another. Um, and especially the marijuana use, I was totally out of balance with that and needed and wanted extra help. And so I was willing to try anything to help me with that journey. And oh man, what an incredible process it's been. I can proudly say that I haven't touched marijuana since what are we April, since April, and we're in November now. And the change has been phenomenal. Um, like in my personal and business life, I've got so much more clarity, and to be stepping into my power and not being disempowered has just been an incredible transformation for me, and I really appreciate the work that we've done together.
Well, that's amazing, and congrats to you. Like, that's awesome. Um, so, what was going on with your marijuana use before we started working together, and how were you finding it was impacting your life?
Mm. So I was unconsciously using it as a form of a coping mechanism for the disempowerment. I was totally disempowering myself and didn't realize how this affected me, and I wanted to escape from that as a result, and use marijuana as the medium. And what I found with that imbalance was that I had a lot of brain fog and lack of clarity, lack of direction, um, lack of focus, lack of motivation. And it was really affecting me and my ability to socially interact and connect with people. And being in the business that I'm in, it was essential that I had the ability to be confident in my own self and in my authentic being. And it was definitely a block, and I needed help with it.
Mhm.
Mm.
And how are you feeling now? And what are you noticing, given that you haven't had any marijuana for what's that, a good 6, 7 months now?
Massive difference, massive difference. And I encourage anyone that is on the same journey to reach out to you, Annalise. because what I found is an immense amount of drive. And it helps that I've been putting in the extra work with getting really clear on my vision and my purpose and what my gift is. But having the fog clear, and so I don't have that brain fog anymore, has just been incredible because it's giving me it's opened up a path for my focus, because where your focus goes, energy flows, and what you focus on, your reality is created from that. And it's given me yeah, focus is the main thing, and also um, confidence, because I'm truly in my authentic state, and I'm not muddying the waters with substances. So it's been an incredible transformation of clarity and the ability to communicate as well.
And had you tried to stop using marijuana in the past, or had you tried to address this before we worked together?
Yeah, I had. There's two separate occasions that I had gone on a break. Now I've been using marijuana for since my early 20s, and I'm 30 now. So it was many years of habitual patterns. And so the first big break I did was for a month, and the second big break I did it for 2 months. And what I found was I kept going back to it because it was a deeply ingrained habit. Even after 2 months, I fell back. Oh, sorry, lost you there. Back again. I fell back into a pattern, and yeah, I wanted to stop the habit, and now it's incredible how it works, because for me it was a lot of willingness to change, and having the tools subconsciously to change that has been powerful, because it's a losing battle when you're trying to do it, with 5% conscious against 95% subconscious. And so having the reprogramming with your help to change it subconsciously has just been another step to the next level. It's been a massive boost, and I honestly don't think I'll be able to have achieved what I've achieved now without that subconscious reprogramming.
Yeah, and everyone's journey is different, and I really don't ever think that there's a prescribed amount of time that change will occur within. But for you, it was fairly quick, because I'm trying to think, we maybe had 2 or 3 sessions on that, I think, from memory.
Yeah, so I already knew that it wasn't serving me, particularly with the marijuana, and and I knew my current reality was in a bit of a shambles. And so I already had a really solid foundation of drive, willingness, openness,
Yeah,
um, for change.
totally.
Yeah, and so having that preset foundation of wanting to change my life has definitely helped the process. I would say the number one thing that's really um, speed the process up is surrendering to the process and trusting,
Yeah.
and that's a strength of mine, and it's definitely served me.
Yeah, you were very motivated for change, and you were very engaged in the process and everything that we did together. Absolutely. So you touched on earlier when we were talking about hypnosis, that you didn't really know all that much about it, and a lot of what you'd seen has been what is portrayed in the media or in movies. And it is quite common for people to be a little bit apprehensive that it's a process where there's an element of control. What was your experience of the process and the hypnotherapy, and yeah, how did it feel, and what was it like?
So the preconceived idea is that there's someone holding a watch in front of your eyes, and they're saying, "Go to sleep in three, two, one," and yeah, very limited knowledge of what it was, and what I experienced through our sessions was not only very good questions being asked on your behalf, which helped the process of really just removing any expectations, and uh, you just set the scene really well. And I was very intrigued from the very beginning, because when someone asks good questions, you know that they're onto something, or they've got a good knowledge and background. And so for me, I surrendered into the process, and it was very relaxing. And I was able to clear my mind and be present to your voice. And as I said before, the willingness to change and the willingness um, to receive uh, helped me surrender. And coming out of there's one moment coming out of that, I think it was our last session, and we were specifically on empowering myself and stepping into my power. I just remember like this massive surge of power just like emanating throughout my entire being, because I surrendered into the process, and it felt good. It felt really, really good. And and if you're willing and to be engaged, you know, you'll get to experience something unique to you. But it's definitely an incredible process of letting go and welcoming in the new.
And so, with these experiences that you've had and changes that you've experienced, what are you really looking forward to in life now?
Hmm. Oh man, I'm just excited. I'm super excited. I'm excited because I've just totally aligned myself with not only my authentic self, but also I've gotten real clear on what my values are and my vision, and having this solid foundational platform of me, and as a person, has has supported my growth with not only the spiritual side of things, and but also with business. And I've seen a massive transformation in business. So, for example, I've seen a high level of communication now from myself to other people, and I'm attracting some incredibly talented, well-spoken entrepreneurs into my life that I'm learning a shitload. And I've seen this shift happen since our sessions, because I truly believe that um, what we resonate is what we attract. I I believe in the law of attraction, and that shift has allowed those people to come into my life, and it's expanded my business. And so, what I'm really excited about is making impactful change in our community here in Queenstown, New Zealand. And I know it's like this innate knowing that the work I'm doing is going to transform the city. It
Mm.
really is. It really is, and it's exciting to know that, you know. So yeah, really looking forward to helping people with their journeys and coming to self realizations themselves, and using the tools that and the question the level of questions that you've all the tools and skills that you've taught me, I would love to pass on. Um, and yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
And I'll just give a little shout out to your amazing business. For anyone that is in Queenstown, Rick runs a great community called Well Space. And that's right, isn't it? That's the name.
Correct.
Yeah, and I would definitely recommend people check it out. I have been able to experience some of what you guys offer, and it was fantastic. So I'm really excited to see where you end up and where things head for you. So we did our sessions via Zoom because you're in New Zealand and I'm here in Australia. Um, how did that work for you? Doing something online, what was that like?
That was totally fine. My if I had the option to be with you in person, that's always a bonus. But it was totally fine over Zoom. We just set ourselves up. We had one or two technical issues, but we got through that fine.
Yeah,
And as long as I can see you and hear you and have that form of communication with you, then yeah, I was totally sweet with using Zoom. So easy.
awesome. And so, what do you think is maybe just the real standout or the most important thing that you experienced or learnt through the work that we did together?
The thing that really stood out for me was just being aware that there has been the work that there the work has been playing out in the background. Going back to what I mentioned before about the subconscious being reprogrammed, it, I've got another level of awareness that there is like we operate from the subconscious, and that I do have. I've got a new level of awareness around what has been pulling me back, but the faith and the confidence and the the knowing that the work that we've done is actually making change because I've seen it. I see it. You know, it's empirical evidence, and so seeing it come to fruition has been the most impactful thing from our sessions. And it's just having a little bit of faith that and putting in the work as well, because
100%.
to get to where I've got to, I've that doing the inner work is just as important. And um and I feel that you've really set a platform to really grow from. And yeah, I just want to acknowledge the time and energy that you've put into me and my growth. And I just want to thank you for that because it has been life changing.
Mm, well, thank you. And yeah, it's been such a pleasure to connect with you and yeah, journey with you. And your commitment to personal growth and to yourself is inspiring. And every time we connect and every time we talk, I feel uplifted and inspired. So thank you. And yeah, thank you for being willing to share a little bit of your experience here today. Um, and yeah, I'm very excited to see where everything lands for you and where things head. So we will close off the convo there, I think. But thank you so much, Rick, and have a wonderful day over there.
Thank you, Annalise. Yeah, you too.
Thanks.